In this town, there is a community center that has an annual town meeting where they discuss the future of the town. Which colors are the houses supposed to have? What neighborhoods should be characterized in different ways? And how tall should the bushes along the main road be allowed to be? At the meetings, everybody is welcome, and everybody's voice is being heard. Whether it's the brothers that dispute over family's heritage land, the veteran who still feels in control of the household even after his friends and his family have left him, or the old eccentric cursing at the world and threatening them with a cane, or perhaps the weird guy who always insists on saying, "Sorry, thank you," to a grumpy bus driver. Everybody is welcome and everybody's voice is being heard. This town is in many ways comparable to our world today. In it, some are rich and some are poor. It is full of drama and of characters, and everybody has an opinion about exactly who Prince William should or should not marry. In our world today, the United Nations is our town center. It is a platform made for debate. Within the community's presence, without the community's presence, the town center is simply four walls and a roof. And without the presence of the international community, the United Nations is nothing but a useless charter and organizational infrastructure. What makes the United Nations potent are the communal initiatives and decisions made within its framework. Like the town center itself, that will not trim the bushes in private gardens, the United Nations alone will not make countries prosper. Just as it is the case for every community, our world also has its fair share of drama and of characters. The brothers disputing over family land in Sudan, the veteran ruling his household with an iron fist even after his friends and family have left him in Egypt, an eccentric threatening the world with his cane in North Korea, and a polite but slightly disoriented guy saying, "Sorry, thank you," to the bus driver in Canada. What differs, however, from any town to the international community is, unfortunately, that in the town, the community acts. If they don't trim the bushes, no one else will. If no state reduces carbon emissions, no one else will do the work for them. If no state signs the nuclear ratification treaty, no one else will do it for them. In order for change to happen and for actions to take place, each and every member state has a duty and a responsibility to find courage and to take initiative. Only by accepting compromises is it possible to move forward, and move forward we must. Our world today is faced with more imminent concerns than how tall bushes should be along the main road. More than ever before, our world today faces concerns that cannot simply be solved by individual states, but that require global support and international cooperation. Our globalized world does not allow countries to do anything but to act in the common interest of humanity. This is, of course, easier said than done, and is an immense challenge. This challenge is also a challenge that distinguishes the United Nations from any other international governmental organization. What is so truly unique about the United Nations is that it's a forum for each and every single state of the world, with the exception of the respectful Holy See, of course. In the European Union, the Arab League, or the African Union for that matter, there are member states. There, the member states have already agreed to agree. In most cases, they share a culture, a religion, a language, or morals. that is the foundation of these international organizations, all of which decreases the likelihood of disagreements. This is not the case for the United Nations, and that is what makes it so truly unique. As a member state of the United Nations, nothing goes without saying, and nothing can be taken for granted. If there is an opinion in the world, it is most likely reflected in the General Assembly. This is a good thing, but it can also be an incredible disencouragement, that a view that you take as given is not universally shared. This truly unique position of the United Nations also gives its members a responsibility they must fulfill, a responsibility to act in the interest of humanity. Unfortunately, us, here, today, at the Harbour Centre, we are not the real representatives of member states. If only we were. If only it was up to us, we would have found creative methods to help the world by tonight. Tomorrow, windmills and solar plants would cover Grouse Mountain. Medicine curing AIDS would be given to every needing person for free, and free trade agreements would favor poorer nations more than it is the case today. We all know that this is utopian. It will not happen today, and it will not happen tomorrow. Not because we don't want it to happen, but because the world is not that black and white. And this is important for you to remember over the weekend and in the future to come. That when you sit in your committee in half an hour, or in 20 minutes even, you must remember that you are the representative of your assigned country. You must understand and follow the policies and decisions made by your country, and make sure that you do not give in to sweet talk that counters your country's standpoint on the matter. It's also important to keep in mind that you represent the government of your assigned country. You do not represent the population, nor the president, but the government, whatever that entails. I'm not sure for Côte d'Ivoire and Egypt, but normally you represent the government that is in power. Furthermore, you must immerse yourselves into the world of Sfumun. Whatever happens outside of the Harbour Centre in the real world is not relevant to the committee debates today or over the weekend. Your only news source for the next 3 days should be Sfumun's blog and their own international press call. And only the stories shared on the news blog will be relevant for the debate and possible to debate. I ask you to immerse yourselves into fierce debate and friendly recesses, to thorough understanding of the complexities involved with diplomacy, so that Sfumun, our community centre, will not remain as 4 walls and a roof, but will serve a higher purpose. I sincerely hope that this weekend will inspire you to be curious about the world around you, so that you will stand up and work for our world, our town, to become slightly closer to how you think it ought to be. I wish you the best of luck and a most enjoyable weekend. And with these words, I declare Sfumun 2011 open.